Footage of Ukrainian soldiers at the front lines, missiles launches, destroyed cities, headlines flashing, third year of war, is US aid in limbo. As the war in Ukraine centers its third year, the battlefield is not just in Eastern Europe, it's also on Capitol Hill. A massive $60 billion US aid packages meant to deliver critical military and humanitarian support to Ukraine is now stalled in progress. And what's blocking it? A deepening divide among American lawmakers. Capitol building slipped a screen of Republicans and Democrats in tense debate. The package proposed by the Biden administration, including advanced weapons, ammunition, and humanitarian relief. But House Republicans, especially the far-right bloc, are pushing back hard. GOP bulks are more Ukraine spending, no blank check. Their message, America first. They argue that the US has already sent over $175 billion since 2022 and that it is time to prioritize border security, domestic spending, and military readiness at home. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Senator J.D. Vance, and others speaking at pressers. Some are even calling for a complete halt to future Ukraine funding. President Biden at NATO summit, flanked by world leader. Meanwhile, President Biden and most Democrats warn that walking away from Ukraine now could be catastrophic. They say US aid is vital to pushing back Russian aggression and preventing a wider war in Europe. Biden meeting Zelensky, military and deliveries tanks being loaded into cargo planes. This is about defending democracy. Biden has said if Putin wins in Ukraine, he won't stop there. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky pleading with Western leaders, war-torn cities, soldiers in trains. In Kyiv, the consequences of US inaction are already being felt. Ukraine is running low on artillery shells, anti-air system, and financial support for displaced civilians. Ukraine faces ammo shortage, Russian air strikes increase, NATO aid can't fill the gap. Zelensky has made urgent appeals, worrying that without American support, Ukraine may lose more ground to Russian forces in the coming months. Congressional floor debates, scrolling bill Texas, taking clock overlay. The $60 billion package is currently stuck in committee with House Speaker Mike Johnson under pressure from both sides. Moderate Republicans are arguing a vote, but hardliners, many aligned with former President Donald Trump, are demanding border policy concessions or budget cuts elsewhere in exchange. Trump at rally saying Europe needs to pay their fair share, crowd cheers. Even Trump himself has questioned the aid, calling it a waste and suggesting he could end the war in 24 hours if re-elected. NATO flags Ukraine, European leaders expressing concern, Ukrainian soldiers in freezing tents. All of his has allies watching nervously. European nations, many of whom have increased their own and aid efforts, are worried that US withdrawal could fracture NATO unity and embolden Moscow. Putin welcomes US delay, Kremlin sees opportunity. Russian said media has already seized on the congressional deadlock, using it as proof that Western support for Ukraine is crumbling. US flag, Ukrainian flag, divided Congress, regional images fading into each other. So what's next? Unless Congress acts soon, the aid package could die before reaching a floor vote, leaving Ukraine increasingly vulnerable. With the US election heating up and the Persian divides growing deeper. Ukraine's future may depend on just on its military, but on American politics. Ukraine aid deadlock, democracy's front line now runs through Washington. Like, subscribe, follow for real-time updates on the Ukraine war and global politics.